Hey, everybody, welcome to Coffee with John. I am really looking forward to talking with Maria Mileder. Did
Okay.
I? Yeah, Global Head of Innovation at PayPal. Maria, it's always good to talk to you and see you and connect with you. Um, I'm looking forward to this call. I'm always looking forward to talking with you. Um, let's talk a little bit about today on why innovation is so important. I mean, we're sitting here live June 10th, 2021. Why is innovation more important today than it was maybe 18 months ago?
I'm not sure it's more important, but I think we're more aware of it. We're hyper aware of it
Well
because,
said. Yeah.
necessities create innovative products because we have to. And that's when people learn the most how important it is, but also learn what they can do themselves to bridge gaps that are, created through a COVID or through whatever other situation we're in. And I think our generation just thankfully has never had such an extreme situation apart from pockets in the world. So I do think this is when we need to take ourselves by our own hands and just say, okay, well, if not now, when then? What does it look like? And hopefully get into the spirit of doing it a lot more and naturally so in our day to day going forward.
I love what you're talking about, right? Just raising the level of awareness. And so we do it more naturally, where it's not something where people have to get into a boardroom and say, let's be innovative today, right? Right. It's
That works so well.
correct, right. It's part of the thread of the day to day, how we just, the lens that we look at everything through. I love that. What about you? Let's talk about just you as far as what innovation means to you. You're global head of innovation at PayPal. So you're really in it and forward thinking. I always say PayPal is one of my favorite companies in the entire world. If it wasn't for PayPal and Amazon, I wouldn't be buying anything ever. So thank you for, all the stuff that you guys do. But what does innovation mean to you? And what is it in you that just loves innovation?
First of all, thank you so much for using the product and staying with us and being in touch. What does it mean to me? I think, I would have been the first many years ago to say, I'm not creative, I don't have it in me. And I feel that that has completely turned, my life has turned upside down and I unleashed that because we all have it within us. So I think what I take really seriously in work is um, convincing people. I spend a lot of time because we all have it in us. We all do it all the time. If you think
Mhm.
about mothers, for example, or fathers are caring for the kids, oh my God, people make up so much stuff and they
Yeah.
have to because it's needed. And when you talk to creators of companies, where do all of these ideas come from? It's because they had a need that they wanted to address. They were mostly interested in it, or they just couldn't be bothered with something that was out there and just thought about redoing it. So we can do this on a small and on a large scale in work, and we just don't realize. So I spend a lot of time on just evangelizing, I think, and going around. And then the next part is, of course, how do we do that? And I think it can be learned. That behavior can be learned. It's a habit that you have to create,
Yeah.
and actually, it's a fun one to do. It's not one where you're like don't have to make the impossible possible. You don't have to become the next Elon Musk. This is, I think, we set the bar too high naturally. So
Yeah.
it's really shining a light on it in every aspect of what you do in your day to day and in the business as well. And that's, as a collective, that's how you become truly innovative as a company.
Mhm.
Um, it doesn't just have to be the one idea someone has and that will change the world. Often it's based on what's existing, and then you create something new out of that because you take
Yeah.
all the elements from it. And that's honestly, during COVID, I missed watching people because that's where you learn so much from behaviors, from seeing how people interact and what they
Yeah.
need. So I'm gonna be right back in those coffee shops, I'll tell you.
I love it. I love it. Tomorrow, I know this is a two-part series. And so tomorrow, what I'd love to dive into is how every idea is a great idea and how every idea kind of comes from the previous idea and that there's really no bad ideas.
Perfect.
I've been in so many situations where somebody brings up an idea that is great, and the idea that ultimately comes from it is even greater. And it's all the little talking. So maybe tomorrow we can talk about the seed of an idea and how we grow an idea.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Perfect topic.
Yeah. This is great. Maria, I appreciate. What time is it in Ireland right now?
It's actually 1 o'clock, but I've just started my morning routine again, having my glass of water that I start with every day before my tea. I'm a tea drinker, actually.
I am too. This is tea. I
Yeah.
know this is coffee with John, but I'm drinking tea.
Coffee is everything these days.
Right. Maria, I appreciate you being on the show. Always appreciate your insight. Think Community, paypal.com is the greatest. You can buy everything. So we will talk tomorrow. I appreciate you. Think Community, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Maria.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, John.